The surrender tackle is something that came up throughout the course of the season on a less regular basis, but we saw some of it where it wasn't a good look for the game. It put pressure on referees. It kind of took the role of the referee away from the referee in some way. But a surrender tackle, where the ball carrier succumbs in readiness to be tackled, in other words, a player remains on the ground because he believes that he's not going to make any further progress. He's not looking to take any advantage. The referee will immediately call surrender to indicate the tackle's complete, regardless of whether a defender has made contact. And that'll become clear when I show you the example. If a player surrenders, he can't then be lifted or dragged into touch or touch in goal. So I've only got the one example to show you here. And you can see as the ball is retrieved, player falls to the ground, and at that point he is not attempting to get up. He's not attempting to continue to run. He's close to the goal line, so he clearly doesn't want to take the risk on being pushed back, so he stays down. Now, the players who are in a position to tackle, they decide not to touch him because they're hoping that if he gets up and plays the ball without being touched, that the referee will penalise him for a voluntary tackle. But this is the sort of thing that we've seen in our game for a long time, where players, particularly when they're close to the goal line, will try and get the ball back into the field of play or keep the ball in the field of play. And we get to the situation which I'm about to show you, where we get this Mexican standoff, where the player on the ground thinks, well, I need to do something, and the player who's the marker in this case, or the defender, is not prepared to touch him, and this happens. So they stand off, he backs away, he keeps crawling, they're appealing to the referee for a penalty, and it's just not a good look. What will happen in 2024 is if that player decides to stay on the ground, they're effectively conceding a tackle of one of their six tackles anyway, and there'll be no reason for a defender not to place a hand on that player or to fall on that player so that they can take some additional time to get off the player. Given that it's a surrender tackle, they get a little bit more time to get off. But we won't see this situation where we've got players refusing to touch another player and players crawling along the ground or deciding what they should do given that they haven't yet been tackled.